Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Gabe with Indigo Software, genuine Microsoft software for less. In this video, we're going to show you guys how to create and manage organizational units in Active Directory. Specifically, we're going to be using Windows Server 2025 for this tutorial. Before we get started with this video, if you're interested in purchasing Windows 10, Windows 11, Microsoft Office, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo Software. We'll have those links down below. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, guys, so an OU, or an organizational unit, is a container inside of Active Directory where we can place our user accounts, groups, and computers. It's going to help to organize your domain and apply group policies to specific sets of objects. So what we want to do here is we're on our domain controller. This is my Windows Server 2025 virtual machine that I use for most of the server tutorials on this channel. So from here, we're going to open our server manager, which we can find in our pinned app section, or we can search for it, or we might already be in it after booting. We're going to go up to tools here and let's click Active Directory users and computers. We'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this better. Once we're here, we want to expand our domain on the left-hand side. We'll manage our organizational units using Active Directory users and computers. This is basically where all of our objects live inside of our domain. So let's go ahead and create a new OU. In the left-hand pane, we're going to click New, and we're going to click Organizational Unit, which we can see here. I'm going to call this HR for this tutorial. We're going to leave this option checked to protect container from accidental deletion. I'll press OK. So if I go to users, I can, for example, grab a user who might be involved with the HR department. I can simply just drag them into the organizational unit. Let's read this message. This is going to tell us that this can prevent our existing system from working the way that it was designed. We'll select yes on this. And let's say I want to also drag my user Ben into HR as well. So if I click on HR, we can now see both of those users. We can also drag computers in there if we want. So I've got 2 users, 1 computer. Once the OU exists, we can move users and computers into it. And this helps us to keep the HR users in one place, IT computers in another, etc. So what we're going to want to do now is apply group policies to the OU. So if we go to our group policy manager, let's go back to server manager here, tools and group policy management. At this point, we can actually right click that new organizational unit that we created. And if we want, we can create a GPO in this domain and link it here. Let's call this one our password policy, for example. And we can see the password policy is shown right here under group policy objects. And by default, it's going to be linked to that new organizational unit. And then we could go on to edit this and configure it how we want. So for example, in computer configuration, policies, Windows settings, and security settings, we have account policies and finally password policy. I could open this and let's say I wanted to adjust my minimum password length. I could define this policy setting here. And we have a minimum length of 9 characters, apply, hit OK. I could also do password must meet complexity requirements. And I could define this policy, enable, and hit apply and OK. And any other password policies that you want to configure, you can apply those here, and we can close this down at any time to go back to our group policy management. Now, in addition to creating and managing an OU, we also have the ability to delete or further manage our OUs. And to do that, we could, for example, rename. Simply right-clicking and hitting rename will give us the ability to do that. If we wanted to delete this, and we may need to uncheck protect for container from accidental deletion first, but we just right-click here and hit delete. We get a warning message here, and let's go ahead and hit OK. There we can see access is denied. Okay, going back to Active Directory users and computers, if I go to the OU that we just created, right-click and hit properties. Once we're back here, let's hit view and let's hit advanced features. Now I can click my OU, HR, let's hit properties, and under object, there is the setting for unchecking protect object from accidental deletion. So there's that extra step required, which is meant as a protection. And now if I go back to the HR folder here, the OU, and hit delete, it should let us delete it. And it does. Now, for those of you who are on server core, or if you prefer to use the Windows PowerShell, this is a bit more complicated, but we'll show you how to create and move a user into an OU with PowerShell. The first one would be new, AD organizational unit. Then we can define the name. So dash name, quote, finance, for example, for this one. We can also specify the path. And then here we can replace this with the actual name of our domain. All right, then we could press enter. Taking a look at another command here, this is to add a user. Again, we're getting a bit more complicated, but feel free to just copy what we have here. So new dash active directory user, we specify the name, and then in quotations, we add our name. So this says John Doe. It's actually supposed to say just John. All right, so we've got our user John, same account name John, user principal name, be their email there, and then we specify the path, the account password, and then enabled and whether it's true. We go back down and we'll press enter. Now if I click under this, we can see finance and we can see the user John. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about anything we covered, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Again, if you're interested in purchasing genuine Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo software. We'll have all those links in the description as well. As our channel continues to grow, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas. If you have any ideas of your own, we'd love to know what those are. Most viewer commented video requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support our channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.